What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another £1,000 Sisters video. Now, I was doing some research and then I came across this article itself in particular, and I thought, I definitely want to share this with you guys simply because I have my own opinions based on some of the things that are mentioned in this article. But with that being said though, let's give a shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel before we continue, if you dig what I'm saying. Now, boom, bam, let's get into it. As you can see here, cheeky little article from TV season spoilers. It has come out, they have come out to say this: the last season of £1,000 Sisters ended on a dramatic note. In addition, it also created various potholes. Hence, the fans wonder what the £1,000 Sisters season 4 will bring. But some fans think there might not be a season 4. That's because Tammy's health issues are a major concern. In addition, Amy has already stated that she's only willing to shoot if TLC reduce her filming hours, and apparently she's only looking to do it for 2 days only, but hey, who knows? Hence, many situations need to be addressed. So tune in to find out the £1,000 Sisters if £1,000 Sisters will get cancelled. And of course, guys, I will be doing my best to keep you guys updated with, the stories that's happening at this moment in time. But as you can see here, why the show might get cancelled. The weight loss journey of the siblings wasn't easy to document. The siblings were brought together to reconcile with the ongoing fitness dilemma. As a result, Tammy and Amy's relationship were put to the test out in the world. In fact, the siblings have had immensely traumatic failures. During the show, moreover, Amy has already achieved her goal and got her bariatric surgery, and as for Tammy, viewers are waiting for the transformation results. Obviously, when we talk about the transformation results, those are results that are far from here. You know what I mean? They're far from close. But of course, people are still waiting to see if Tammy will ever get to that stage. And to be honest with you, as I read this article, or as I read this article beforehand, I said to myself, I feel like there's a possibility that even if there is a season 4 probably will be the last. Because look at it this way, Tammy is pretty much on her way out. And when I say on her way out, I don't necessarily mean like D-I-E, you know what I'm saying? Okay, D-E-A dead, D-A-D or anything like that. What I mean is her being bedbound is probably very, very close. And the fact is, if Tammy keeps spending a lot of time in rehab, the matter of the fact is though, is it going to be easy to film Tammy while she's in rehab? Because obviously there's going to be so many patients there that obviously have to have their own privacy. So, there is always that complication. Do you know what I mean? So it is quite interesting, but I generally do feel like, and also Amy's got 2 kids now, or at least she's going to have another boy at some point this year anyway. So to be honest with you, Amy's going to be, quite busy being a mother. And of course, she's not going to want to film as much because she's finally taking, I can only imagine that she's finally taking priority of being a mother and being a wife rather than being on the show. But at the same time though, she still also will need to be a sister to Tammy, purely because if the rumors are true that Tammy will be moving in with Amy as an option, well, that's going to get a bit tricky. But if Tammy does move in with Amy, well then, how are they going to cancel it? How would they then dumb down the amount of filming that Amy does? I mean, they could film when Amy's not at home and Tammy's home by herself, and obviously film sometimes when obviously Amy is there as of in particular. But at the end of the day, I believe that Amy should just do whatever she feels is best for herself in terms of, being a mother. And if that involves Tammy then also not being on the show as much, purely because, she's living with Amy again, well then so be it. But as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to TV shows, depending on the reality TV show, usually you get paid per screen time. Obviously, some people get get like a set amount of money, which is fine, but at the end of the day, could we really see TLC investing money into a show where they're then not showing their 2 main stars? Because at the end of the day, the show is all about the 2 sisters, Tammy and Amy. And if Tammy's living with Amy, and then therefore TLC ain't showing as much of Tammy, and they have to show more of Chris, the matter of fact is though, is that really going to be the best selling point moving forward? Because as much as people love Chris, at the same time, people still do realistically watch it predominantly to see what the hell is happening with Tammy. That's just the grand scheme of things. But hey, let's see what else this article had to bring. As you can see here, and as for above all these, Tammy shared that she's not doing well mentally, which is something that we definitely know, and that's because she's getting immense hate More so, that's enough pressure on her to perform in a reality TV series. On the contrary, Amy does not have any other goal to achieve. Well, she does. She's got a goal of losing more weight once she gives birth, but okay, whatever. But I get it though. Based on the way the show started, Amy's obviously achieved that goal. What is the next goal for Amy? It makes a fair point, but Amy still does need to lose a little, some more weight. So there is still a goal, and she also needs to do a better job with keeping her house in order. And when I say keeping her house in order, what I mean is her house before was in a complete state. So it can be very important that she takes priority to that as well. So maybe filming does get in the way, but at the same time, though, they only film for a certain period of time throughout the year. For the rest of the year, they have time to keep that house clean. Both Michael and Amy, to be fair with you. So not even being on a TV show is an excuse. I mean, listen, we've got other TV shows where you get, whether it be Sisters Wives or be 9-Day Fiance, or what's the other one, the Ricos or whatnot, and they got so many children. If they're able to keep their house clean throughout filming, then to be fair, Amy should be able to do the same thing. So you know what, I take that back as some sort of reason, because it's not legit, is it? Come on. Anyway, therefore viewers speculate that £1,000 Sisters that a £1,000 Sister season 4 might get cancelled for these reasons. Apart from this, Amy said that she would choose to be a mother rather than a reality TV star, which makes a lot of sense, and I absolutely respect that, because that's all we can expect from Amy to want to do, to be a mother before being a reality TV star. But at the same time, though, I do worry about expenses. I know obviously they had the expensive sorted out before the show even existed, do you know what I mean? But the matter of the fact is, if you ask me, the sisters haven't necessarily done anything to really propel themselves outside of the show in terms of making other business plans. A lot of other people, there are people sometimes when they go on a show like this, or they have a show of their own, they will start to make investments in other areas, whether that be creating their own merch, whether that be putting money into another company to get investment, whatever that may be. Usually other people do that. That's something that I haven't necessarily seen these sisters do. So I do wonder though, what would Amy do for her finances? Would she just go back to obviously how she was before, which is nothing wrong with it, but with the fame you have, why not take advantage of it, if you dig what I'm saying? But that is here or there. And it also says here, Amy Slaton specifically told The Sun that she's not interested in returning for £1,000 Sisters season 4. That's because she feels like a bad mother when she's at work. She added, "I don't really want to do another season because I'm pregnant." Amy added that it's just a lot. In addition, Tammy is preoccupied with her health issues, might not be able to leave the facility. So to be fair, if Tammy, like I said before, if Tammy is unable to leave the facility, then that is going to make it very, very tricky. And to be honest with you, the more and more we go down this, I feel like it's becoming less and less likely that we will get a season 4. But if we do get a season 4, to be honest with you, just to round up the whole conversation, I do genuinely believe that season 4 will be the last one, because there's not much else they can do really and truly moving forward. I mean, I say that they can still carry on a normal reality TV show and just bring in other things and other ideas to the show, of course. But again, Amy's now prioritized on being a mother more than anything else. So there you go. And Tammy, you know what I'm saying? And then we've got the rest of the family, but let's be honest, the rest of the family isn't really that entertaining without Tammy and Amy. To be more specific, Tammy. You know what I mean? But anyway, obviously I've spoken about this before, where I have thought that maybe £1,000 Best Friends was the incoming replacement for £1,000 Sisters, because TLC could potentially probably saw this coming anyway. So obviously this article does go on to give to obviously say that they believe, as you can see here, there are enough reasons that the season of £1,000 Sisters might get cancelled. However, fans are also speculating that Tammy and Amy might get fired. That's because £1,000 Best Friends has already started airing, and the TLC fans are loving it. That's because the fans deeply love the show's cast members, Vanessa Cross and Megan Crew. Wait, what? Hey, anybody who's telling me that they love Vanessa, you're loco. That's all I want to say for that. But anyway, let's continue. The show follows the typical journey of two best friends trying to lose weight and get bariatric surgery. Even though Megan already has had it, to be fair with you, it's more obviously, when it comes to Vanessa looking to have it itself in particular. But hey, it is what it is. Now, of course, going back to the famous Dr. Proctor himself in particular, remember, Dr. Proctor was a part of the original season, the first season of £1,000 Sisters. He's obviously been brought back in to obviously £1,000 Best Friends. And it says that in addition, the TV stars were on Dr. Proctor's show too large. However, £1,000 Sisters 4 stars will likely return. Well, that's because the show has garnered immense popularity, and TLC wouldn't dishearten its viewers by cancelling the show. Even if the Best Friends spin-off airs, for now, the network might not be intending to replace the original show with it. Hence, the fourth season might hit the screens within a year, as it's done before. So, do you think Tam and Amy will return? And then tell us in the comments, blah, 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 blah. I mean, listen, to be honest with you, I think at this moment in time, it is quite early to say 100% £1,000 Best Friends is a replacement for £1,000 Sisters, because the fact is, though, TLC will do whatever they can in their power to make sure that there's a season 4, in my opinion, of £1,000 Sisters, simply because it hasn't really ended on anything, you know what I mean? It's ended on a cliffhanger. Well, it sounds kind of mean, doesn't it? But it ended, you know, the way it ended, it was so dramatic and so traumatic at the same time. So I think for TLC, in terms of them getting their money's worth, it is very, very important to put it as one of their top priorities to make sure that Tam and Amy do return for season 4 and potentially make that the last season. But in the meantime, of course, have the spin-off show of Too Large, which is obviously £1,000 Best Friends. Let them do their thing. Let them create a fan base, which will be good, because I think if anything, it'd be a good experiment. But to be honest with you, I can definitely see it. I can definitely see £1,000 Best Friends being a hit, in my opinion. But I do generally believe that after season 4, yes, I believe season 4 will be it, but I believe after season 4 or during season 4, I do generally believe that TLC will be out here scouting newer talent. I don't want to use the word talent, but newer talent or newer people to bring into a new show they'll have, because the fact is, you know, they've got £1,000 Sisters that was airing. It's ended straight away. They've got £1,000 Best Friends, so that means they've got the ball rolling. After £1,000 Best Friends is over, they're gonna want to bring in another show to keep things going. Whatever that show may be, I'm not too sure. Obviously, with My £600 Life, they had that going on, but then they brought in Too Large as well to continue the kind of chain. They haven't done that yet, or bringing back season 2 of Too Large. Whether they will or not, I don't know. I haven't looked into that. But the matter of fact is, the TLC are definitely trying to keep a chain of events going with these TV shows. Same as 90 Day Fiance. They start off with one show, 90 Day Fiance, and then boom, it propelled to their 90 days before, to 90 days before the 90 days, then 90 days after the 90 days, then 90 days happily ever after, 90 days bare all, then 90 days little spin-off shows here and there, you know. So the fact is, though, I do see them trying to do something. You know, whether it be, obviously it won't be with the Slaton Sisters after season 4 per se, but I do see them probably scouting to bring in something somewhere. And let's be honest, they've brought in their new show, Love Off the Grid. And at this moment in time, I've been keeping updated with it, but nothing's really been happening. Obviously, that show is actually on Discovery Plus, to be fair, but it is made by TLC people. So, you know, there is the link there anyway. Whether that's going to go somewhere, I really don't know, and I really can't see it yet, because I've already been watching that to see if I can bring you guys some content. But the grand scheme of thing is, there's only really one couple that's kind of interesting, but that's just like bare minimum. Maybe I'll make a video on that one couple that I feel like is, you know, interesting, but, you know, this is as far as it goes for this moment in time. But I'm just saying to you guys that TLC obviously want to keep the train going of this train wreck and train wreck channel, you know what I'm saying? TLC, train wreck, I can't think of anything. Train wreck LC, train wreck L something channel. I don't know, man, but that is the grand scheme of things. But nonetheless, though, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think we will be getting a season 4 of £1,000 Sisters? Yeah, and also, do you think that £1,000 Best Friend is a replacement at this moment in time? And also, do you think what I think, that they are looking to bring in something else after season 4? If they do bring in a season 4 to replace the initial show, you guys let me know. But with that being said, though, like, subscribe, and peace.